WVII.com. More people choose Good Morning Maine.
Hello, everyone. Today on Good Morning Maine, a local SWAT team moves in to help arrest a man in Holden wanted for drug trafficking and theft.
Plus, the latest from the State House, where lawmakers are considering the next step in approving a state budget.
And despite the tensions between the U.S. and Canada, some young athletes come together for a special swimming competition.
Good morning and welcome to Good Morning Maine. I'm Emma Smith.
And I'm Craig Colson. Thank you for joining us on this Tuesday morning. We'll have those stories and a bunch more coming up. But first, a check of that forecast. It looks like unlike yesterday, which was just kind of a soupy, rainy, messy day.
It was pouring all day.
It was just messy.
Yeah.
Today will be more on the cloudy side, but the temperatures are starting to get back up there. The good news is tomorrow looks like a beautiful sunny day on the way. Temperatures flirting with 60 degrees.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's really feeling like spring.
Yes.
Here's Devin Biggs with that forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. We've made it to Tuesday. Temperatures not bad this morning. We started off in the 30s and 40s, at least for our morning lows so far. Some 20s as we head further off towards the north. We have a few advisories posted. A small crowd advisory extended until 8 p.m. this Wednesday evening along the coast. Still some active surf to watch out for, and some lone flood warnings up as well, as we've had a lot of rain recently. And in fact, speaking of precipitation, we've still had some rain passing through this morning. Notice a little bit of a transition to a little bit of a wintry mix or even some snow. Roadways may get a little bit slippery for a short while this morning, but as temperatures rise, things will begin to improve. Zooming things out, the rest of the system is over the ocean, so it's slowly tracking off to the east, but it will take its time to clear out of here, as we'll have clouds lingering throughout the daytime period today. And in fact, we will be clearing out of here later on tonight with a mostly clear sky. As for the winds, they may gust to around 25 miles per hour at times today, but notice they calm down tonight, and especially as we head towards tomorrow. Regarding today, we have upper 40s, mostly cloudy and breezy, and the north wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing that mostly cloudy sky with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
All right, thank you, Devin. We'll see you later on. Well, Holden police say they arrested a man on Monday morning as part of a month-long investigation regarding drug trafficking and theft. Our Callie Warren has more.
So we're investigating drug trafficking, mainly fentanyl.
After some painstaking police work, one man is in custody after Holden police caught up to him at a home on the Copeland Hill Road.
It's part of an ongoing drug and theft investigation. We have made one arrest. Michael Tardif was part of the target of this investigation. He was arrested on a separate warrant. Charges are still pending.
40-year-old Michael Tardif was arrested on an outstanding warrant and was later arrested at the Penobscot County Jail for theft and violation of conditional release. Holden police executed a search warrant at Tardif's home at 90 Copeland Hill Road in Holden, where they seized multiple items and detained 2 other individuals.
We've detained one other person. I'm not going to reveal his name right now. Actually, 2 other people, because they're not being charged with anything at this time.
Lieutenant Whitehouse says there are likely more charges to come.
And we expect in the coming days that we'll conclude this investigation with some other arrests and charges.
As the department cracks down on fentanyl trafficking in the community.
Fentanyl is a very dangerous drug, and it takes a very small amount for somebody to overdose and die on. You know, it's poisoning our communities, and we're going to continue to do the hard fight.
In Holden, Callie Warren, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
$2 million in grants will be going to 40 Maine businesses and nonprofit organizations. The funds will help support their recovery and rebuilding from the devastating storms that happened last winter. The grant money comes from the storm relief package established by the governor with the bipartisan support of the legislature. Some of the recipients include Bass Harbor Cottages in Tremont, Moosabec Mussel in Jonesport, and Beach House at French's Point in Stockton Springs.
President Trump's administration has given Maine 10 days to comply with Title IX. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services announced the Maine Principals Association and Greeley High School have both violated the rules by allowing transgender athletes to compete in girls' sports. The Maine Department of Education was also found to be in violation. The Trump administration says Maine will have to return federal funding unless it complies with the rules. The issue erupted when a state lawmaker complained that a high school track athlete who used to identify as male won a competition against female athletes. And then Governor Mills said the state would let the courts decide following a heated exchange with President Trump. She says the order violates the Maine Human Rights Act. If Maine doesn't comply with the order within 10 days, the situation will also be handed over to the U.S. Department of Justice for further action.
Employment rose in Maine's two largest counties from September 2023 to September of 2024. That's according to a report put out yesterday by the U.S. Bureau of Labor Statistics. Together, York and Cumberland counties accounted for 41.7% of total covered employment within the state. Among the smaller 14 counties, Sagadahoc reported the highest average weekly wage. Franklin and Piscataquis counties reported the lowest average weekly wages in the state.
With the legislature as a whole failing to pass a supplemental budget plan last week, Democratic lawmakers are instead turning their focus on passing a budget without Republican support. Our Augusta reporter Corey Bichard with that story.
What we know is that the refusal of Republicans in the Senate to go along with the deal that they had actually agreed to previously means that they effectively torpedoed funding that was going to go to healthcare providers for services they've already provided.
Garrett Martin, the president of the Maine Center for Economic Policy, is talking about the failure of the Maine legislature last week in trying to pass a supplemental budget. Friday evening, the Appropriations and Financial Affairs Committee voted on a new budget that cleared the committee along party lines.
We also took those really important items from the supplemental budget, the funding for the Maine Care Program, for hospitals and nursing homes and pharmacy services, the funding for the spraying to protect our forests.
Republicans who failed to get behind the supplemental budget and are unlikely to get behind this new budget say, while they agree with funding the government, they don't agree with the Democrats on how certain services like Maine Care should be managed.
Well, I think we want Maine to pay its bills. Absolutely. It was something that we promised, and that's what we want. What we don't want is every other tax increase and program being put through without its time to be examined. And if they're going to put all that together, we have to stand for the long term, which in Maine is to make sure money is spent correctly.
When it comes to budgets in Maine, lawmakers have two options. If it clears both the House and the Senate with two-thirds majority, the funding can go into effect immediately. If they have to pass it with just a simple majority, they would need to end the entire legislative session, in which case the budget will go into effect after 90 days, which Martin says would be dire.
It will, without question, mean that we potentially have missed the window of opportunity to treat our forest for the spruce budworm. For the providers who have already seen cutbacks in the amount of reimbursement they're getting, they're either going to have to make the decision of can we sustain until we're made whole on this, or are we going to have to make some cuts in the near term that are going to affect the services available to the people that we serve.
According to Democrats, the legislature is not expected to take up the budget on Tuesday. At the State House, I'm Corey Bichard for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Moving on, in other news now, a new proposal would make it a felony to endanger the welfare of a child when that child is seriously injured or dies as a result of exposure to drugs. And that proposal now has the backing of Maine prosecutors and sheriffs. Under the current law, a parent who leaves illegal drugs where children could ingest them can only be charged with a misdemeanor, no matter the long-term impact the drugs may have had on the child. The proposal would also apply to parents or caregivers who leave guns where children can easily access them. If passed, the bill would make it a Class B felony if a child dies due to a reckless disregard for his or her safety, and a Class C crime if a child were seriously injured for the same reason. Supporters say the bill will help protect children, but opponents disagree, saying enforcement could have unintended consequences.
It's hard for me to envision anybody more vulnerable than a baby that has fentanyl within their reach. And I take issue with the proposition that this law would further stigmatize or hinder rehabilitation efforts of parents in active addiction.
This bill would, as presented, criminalize victims of domestic violence for being victims when they fail to leave an abusive partner and that partner then seriously injures or kills their child.
The bill will now face a committee work session before being voted on by the full legislature. Hey, and one thing's for sure, state and national courts are really busy right now.
They sure are.
All right, the time now is 6:10. Coming up next on Good Morning Maine, we'll hear from Senator Susan Collins, who has helped secure funding to help resolve a lack of emergency services workers. We'll tell you how that money will be spent.
But first, another check of that weather forecast. A cloudy day ahead today with highs near 47 degrees. It will be mostly clear tonight with lows dropping down to the mid-20s. Tomorrow, though, look at those temperatures. Mostly sunny and warmer with highs in the upper 50s. That'll feel good. We'll be back with more right after this.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. But no matter what day of the week, Lowry & Associates is your go-to law firm. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Get moving this spring with comfortable, functional footwear from Comfort Shoes and More. From tailored fittings to shoe modifications and custom orthotics, their team of experts are trained in podorthics and will help you find the perfect fit. From running to walking, casual or dress, you'll find today's top brands: Hoka, Brooks, Keen, Ariat, Merrill, and more. Don't let your feet hold you back from doing the things you love. Take the drive to Newport for a sit and fit to find your perfect fit. You and your feet will be glad you did.
Treat yourself to rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
Are you ready to play? Yes, finally. Step up to the podium.
I'm so excited.
Grab your buzzer.
The buzzer's very mysterious.
This is Jeopardy!
Ain't no party like a Jeopardy party.
This week at 7:30, only on ABC 7.
Welcome back, everyone. The state of Maine is in the midst of what many are calling an EMS crisis. And as we continue to see a shortage of health care and emergency medical services, Senator Susan Collins has helped secure funding for EMS programs at Eastern Maine Community College as they work to train the next generation. Our Grace Blanchard shares more.
When people make a 911 call, they expect a trained professional will be there to help.
If you're an older person with health problems, you want to be sure that there's an ambulance with trained EMTs available to serve you.
While the state continues to grapple with EMS workforce shortages, Senator Susan Collins has secured nearly $3 million in congressionally directed spending to support EMS training at Eastern Maine Community College.
That's exactly the kind of innovation that we need to solve what really is a crisis in the state of Maine.
The funding has gone towards newly upgraded classroom instructional equipment, including a new ambulance. EMCC's president says the money is also helping them expand their nursing, medical radiography, and EMS programs to reach more students in rural areas by delivering remote learning options in cohorts.
That cuts down on their travel. It allows them to focus on their communities and ultimately end up working in their communities.
EMCC's EMS program director says the goal is to provide hands-on training that gives students the needed skills and confidence necessary for EMS services.
Folks participating in EMS have a lot of trust in their communities have a lot of trust in us, and we have to work hard to build that here at the foundational level.
We're sort of learning how to cope with the stress and think through the protocols even when we're maybe a little nervous, and that's been really helpful.
In Bangor, Grace Blanchard, ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
A new exhibit at the Maine Maritime Museum in Bath is attracting readers of all ages. Upon the Isle in Maine is a temporary exhibit showcasing the stories and work of Camden children's author and illustrator Chris Van Dusen. Many readers know the Camden author's famous books like The Circus Ship or his tales about Mr. McGee and his dog Dee. The museum even has a station where visitors can learn to draw Dee by hand. That's where we found Holly Ross of Kennebunkport, who remembers Chris Van Dusen from his younger days.
Yes, we grew up in the same town. I mean, we
were probably at high school at different times, and he had many brothers, and but some of them, and I believe it was Chris, did a puppet show business back in the day.
The Chris Van Dusen exhibit will be on display at the Maine Maritime Museum in Bath until March of 2026. The museum is open 7 days a week from 9:30 a.m. until 5 p.m.
Neat. Well, in other news, despite tensions between the U.S. and Canada over tariffs, young athletes visiting Maine to compete at swimming are really coming together. We found swimmers from both countries competing in the Winter Championships over the weekend, where the athletes were making waves and building friendships at the same time. Our Jody Hersey has more.
Hundreds of swimmers from YMCAs across the state of Maine gathered to compete against one another and against athletes from Nova Scotia at the USA Winter Championships. This 4-day event is held every March at Bowdoin College.
Swimming is a really unique sport in that it is a team sport, but it is still very much an individual sport. You have kids that are often just trying to beat their own best time, but when they get in the pool and can compete against somebody who's equally as fast or faster than they are from a different team, it creates that sense of competition.
The Bangor YMCA Barracudas brought 44 swimmers to the event. Coach Sean Rich says that's double the amount from a year ago.
You know, the journey is important. You know, going to practice every day, you know, working hard, getting better is important. And so overall, it has a positive impact on them.
While the competition is fierce in the water, outside of the pool is where these swimmers are making connections, discussing maple syrup, the difference between yards versus meters, and exchanging souvenirs.
They've been handing out like little Canadian flag pins. And other teams, if you want, you could trade caps for some of their caps, which is pretty cool.
Of course, there is big competition here, people we've never seen before. But yeah, like when we're looking at the heat sheets, like lots of us have made our finals, so I think we're doing really well.
Each swimmer here giving their all to their team, their sport, and the country that they love.
At the end of the day, it's not about whether this team won or lost. It's about, did this child do what they wanted to do in the pool and accomplish the goal that they had set out to accomplish.
In Brunswick, I'm Jody Hersey for ABC 7 and Fox 22 News.
Those interested in the sport of swimming can contact the Bangor YMCA and ask about the future Barracudas program or register for the upcoming spring and summer swim team. I love that. There's nothing like sportsmanship that really brings people together in surprising ways.
Yeah, leave the politics out of it.
Yeah, and their kids too. Let them swim.
Yeah.
All right, so the time now is 6:17. After the break, the question many business owners are asking now is, will fewer Canadians travel to the U.S. because of the current political climate? We'll hear from the business owner and data trends side of the argument.
Plus that full 5-day weather forecast coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Mira Joy, the overwhelming relief after Miralax helps you go. Miralax works naturally with the water in your body, putting you in a supernaturally good mood. Miralax, free your gut to free your mood.
If you love high-power boating, the V8 you've been waiting for is here. The all-new Honda BF350 V8 outboard from Honda Marine combines premium power with unparalleled performance for one exhilarating boating experience after another. It's Honda's first ever production V8, and it's backed by Honda's True 5-year limited warranty. The all-new BF350 V8, only from Honda Marine.
Save up to $5,000 on a new Honda outboard. Visit Peary Marine today for more details.
Here we are, patient billing.
Whoa, who's that?
Oh, well, that's Mark. He marks up medicines.
340B medicine markups?
Bingo. As a nonprofit, we might pay a penny for a medicine. Mark marks it up to thousands of dollars, and we pocket the difference.
I hear we're buying up small hospitals, too.
More medicines to mark up.
Where's the best place to start your days this week?
Ooh, let me think about it.
Aw, come on, you know.
Good Morning America.
Tyler Perry, Eva Longoria, Rachel Zegler, and the Jonas Brothers this week on
Good Morning America.
Welcome back, everyone. A new survey warns 30% of Canadians who had trips to the U.S. planned have now canceled them as tensions rise between the two countries. From the dispute over President Trump's threats of tariffs to his talk of making Canada the 51st state. The Thousand Island area on the U.S.-Canada border already feeling the strain.
What we've noticed is a lot of our potential visitors, particularly on the Canadian side, they're quite angry. They're quite hurt by what they see as policy and rhetoric that is attacking.
Dollywood and other attractions in Tennessee also bracing. One Travel Alliance business says they've seen a 30% loss in trips booked. Airlines affected too. Canada-based WestJet says bookings to the U.S. have fallen nearly 25%. And it's not just Canadians avoiding travel to the U.S. Analysts say a trade war with Europe and other allies could also trigger a drop of nearly 11% in travel spending coming up this spring. We'll have to just wait and see the whole depth of how that problem will that'll take anyway.
It's definitely a concern. I know our reporter Alex went to Bar Harbor last week and talked to some really prominent business owners there who own quite a few properties, and they aren't necessarily worried, but it will be interesting as well to hear from those cruise ship companies that bring a lot of Canadians here who visit places like Bar Harbor and other places on the coast as well. So we will be doing that type of work, and we'll hear more as the days go on.
I wonder how the other side's going to flip it. I mean, how many Americans or fewer Americans will be going to Canada as a result of this too.
Totally, in our own retaliatory way. I mean, we're calling it a trade war now.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, the time now is 6:21.
All right, let's get a full look at that weather forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. We have a flood warning up across the western parts of the state. We've had some rainfall recently, which has rivers up. A small craft advisory also up until 8 p.m. Wednesday, so it has been extended because of some active surf that we are dealing with. And check this out, at around 4 to 6 feet according to the buoys, notice up to 12 feet further down toward the south. Anywhere you see green indicates some higher surf. But meanwhile, on land, we've had precipitation passing through, mainly as rain, but notice some cold air has been intruding, so a little bit of a wintry mix or even a little bit of snow greeting us this morning as it tracks off to the east slowly. We'll get the precipitation out of here, but it may take a bit for the clouds to get out of here as well with the system tracking off to the east. A little bit of energy up in Canada, but that will be leaving us alone overall. Futurecast moving forward. Again, the precipitation getting out of here. We'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for most of today. We will start to clear out of here later on tonight. We will be mostly clear, maybe a little bit of fog farther off towards the north. As we head towards your Wednesday, maybe a few passing clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine on the way. And then by Wednesday night, again, a few passing clouds, and it looks like some fog moving in for us as well as we head towards early Thursday morning. Now we have another system to watch out for moving forward. Here we are Thursday night and a Friday morning with some rain showers that will be on the way. We'll have a little bit more rain on the way as we head towards Friday afternoon as well. Notice some colder air movement in, so a little bit of snow will mix in as we head towards Friday night and especially in the parts of early Saturday morning. But notice throughout Saturday morning, we will get this all out of here. Gusty winds today could reach up to about 25 miles per hour at times. Winds calm down later on tonight and looking pretty good as we head towards tomorrow as well. Finally, a little bit of a reprieve from the wind, at least until Wednesday afternoon, maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour, and that's about it. For today, upper 40s, mostly cloudy and breezy, and that north wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mid-20s under a mostly clear sky, and that north breeze at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly sunny and warmer out there, and that east breeze at around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast. Thursday, the first day of spring, mostly cloudy, highs in the low 50s. Rain and snow opportunities Friday with highs in the mid 40s. Lower 50s for your Saturday under a partly cloudy sky.
For the best LiftMaster openers at real prices, call PDQ Door first. Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. For emergency service, routine maintenance, and tune-ups, make PDQ Door your first call. Learn more at pdqdoor.com, where we sell the best and service the rest.
Imagine yourself in a new Toyota.
Hey, there he is. Let's do this.
Hey, you ready?
Yeah.
You're up, guys.
All right.
Now, from the longest-lasting brand, get your best deal on a four-wheel drive Land Cruiser Hybrid with 326 net combined horsepower. Plus, get 2 years no-cost maintenance.
Go from dreaming it to driving it today.
Yeah.
Come on!
Toyota, let's go places.
It's hard work to recover, whether it's from drugs or losing your child.
Hey, Mom. Say hi.
If you're a loved one, my advice is to reach out for help.
Love you. Talk to you tomorrow.
I trust the people that have been there and got through it. If it was us just doing one thing, nobody would have this problem because nobody wants their child struggling with addiction or dying.
Hewitt Lift and Rolodoc creates
the strongest, simplest, and most reliable dock system.
With one simple goal:
to get you on the lake
faster and easier than anyone else.
Because at Hewitt, we build stronger.
After 40 years of quality building, we get it.
Hewitt family builds for your family.
For your family.
For your family.
Stand on the solid foundation of the Hewitt family.
Docks, pontoon legs, and boat lifts.
You work hard, play harder. You deserve a Hewitt.
Hi, I'm Dave from PDQ Door. We pride ourselves on our honesty and integrity. We'll always give you the best garage door repairs at a real price. Had your doors installed by another company? That's okay. Our experienced team is available to service all brands and models. Visit us at pdqdoor.com.
There's one number you need to know. It's called Joe.
Overnight, Israel sends a bombardment of airstrikes to Gaza, shattering the ceasefire deal that began nearly 2 months ago. More than 300 people have been killed and hundreds more injured. ABC's Nicole D'Antonio is in Washington with the details.
Overnight, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu ordering the Israeli military to launch a wave of airstrikes across the Gaza Strip, targeting members of Hamas throughout the region. Israel's defense minister saying they returned to fighting in part because of Hamas's refusal to release the hostages and threats to harm IDF soldiers and Israeli communities. Hamas, for their part, says Israel's actions jeopardizes the negotiations, saying, quote, Netanyahu and his extremist government have decided to overturn the ceasefire agreement, putting the prisoners in Gaza at an unknown fate. Israel says they kept the White House informed of their plans.
The Trump administration and the White House were consulted by the Israelis on their attacks in Gaza tonight. And as President Trump has made it clear, Hamas, the Houthis, Iran, all those who seek to terrorize not just Israel, but also the United States of America, will see a price to pay.
Until today, there's been relative calm in the region, with the return of about 36 hostages in exchange for thousands of Palestinian prisoners. But the first phase of the ceasefire ended 2 weeks ago. Mediators, including the United States, Qatar, and Egypt, have been involved in negotiating the next steps, which was supposed to see the release of the remaining hostages. But negotiations have stalled, with neither side able to agree on a path forward. Israel says this new offensive will continue for as long as necessary and could expand beyond just airstrikes. Nicole D'Antonio, ABC News, Washington.
Well, meanwhile, a doctor who was teaching and working at Brown University is deported to her home country of Lebanon. A hearing was scheduled for Monday in Boston, but a judge postponed it. Department of Homeland Security Assistant Secretary Tricia McLaughlin tells Fox News Digital that the doctor, 34-year-old Rasha Alawi, expressed support and attended the funeral of Hezbollah leader Hassan Nasrallah. Back in Boston, the doctor's lawyer spoke out.
Yes, our client's in Lebanon, but we're not going to stop fighting to get her back in the U.S. to see her patients where she should be, and we're going to try to make sure the government follows the rule of law.
So she is one of 3 transplant nephrologists in the entire state of Rhode Island, which also serves the parts of Massachusetts and Connecticut.
A judge postponed Monday's hearing to give the Justice Department more time to respond to allegations federal agents ignored a court order when they deported Alawi.
The largest release of files related to President Kennedy's assassination is set to take place in just a few hours. It comes a little more than a month after the FBI said it discovered thousands of never-before-seen records. Here's ABC's Andrew Dimbert.
The Trump administration is set to release 80,000 pages of unredacted files on the JFK assassination.
We have
tremendous amount of paper. You've got a lot of reading. I don't believe we're going to redact anything. I said, just don't redact. You can't redact.
99% of the JFK documents have already been released, but thousands of files remain partially or fully withheld.
What remains is about 4,400 documents from a variety of federal agencies, primarily the CIA, that still contain some redactions, ranging from a word to a paragraph to a page to the whole document.
The president did not provide specifics on what could be learned, but called the documents very interesting.
They've been waiting for that for decades. Then I said during the campaign I'd do it, and I'm a man of my word.
Trump made the same promise during his first term, but ultimately withheld some documents citing intelligence concerns. Lee Harvey Oswald was identified as the sole gunman in the assassination, but conspiracy theories persist, with some claiming a government cover-up. Experts don't expect the files to reveal any sort of smoking gun. The New York Post says an initial review by administration officials turned up no new bombshells. Just last month, the Trump administration released highly anticipated documents related to sex offender Jeffrey Epstein, but they revealed little new information. Critics online expect the same outcome today, one person claiming it's all political theater, another saying, sounds like a paperweight giveaway. Andrew Dimbert, ABC News, New York.
And a lawmaker in France says his country should take back the Statue of Liberty from the United States. The center-left politician, Raphael Glucksmann, says the U.S. no longer represents the values that led France to gift the world-famous monument. Glucksmann has become a prominent figure in the increasingly powerful leftist alliance in France. He says the U.S. has chosen to side with tyrants. The lawmaker says the U.S. despises the landmark, and Lady Liberty would be, quote, just fine here at home. Glucksmann made his comments at a time when the Trump administration's policies are raising concerns about its commitment to its European allies. So far I've heard, sorry, we're not giving it back.
Right.
But yeah, interesting to hear what's happening around the world and people's differing opinions, their different opinions about the U.S. these days.
I know, kind of a bombshell statement.
Yeah.
All right, coming up on the second half of the newscast, all the latest from Hollywood in our showbiz segment.
That and more coming up on Good Morning Maine.
Why should your new floor come from Carpet One? Because we're passionate about the spaces our neighbors call home. We're part of your community, and we're also part of the world's largest cooperative of independently owned and operated flooring stores. So you can be sure you'll get great selection and outstanding value with every installation. Whether it's carpet, hardwood, tile, or luxury vinyl, our experts take the guesswork out of choosing the right floor. We're your local Carpet One Floor and Home, the one store for your perfect floor.
Today, there are so many Medicare options, and they can be confusing. This is why Senior Planning Center has locations and agents all over Maine to help you secure the benefits you deserve. Are you getting all the benefits you're entitled to? See why thousands of Mainers turn to Senior Planning Center for their Medicare needs.
Don't call an out-of-state 800 number when your help is right here at home with the Senior Planning Center. For a free Medicare review, call 207-223-6565 and speak with a licensed agent today. No obligation to enroll.
Foggy's Pub, your place for fun, food, and friends in Palmyra, Maine.
Napa knows every driver deserves quality parts. With 30 locations in Maine, Maine's largest network of parts has everything you need to keep your vehicle and equipment running smoothly. Starting now through March 30th, save big during our Napa Gold Filter Sale. From oil, air, and fuel to light and heavy-duty filters, every Napa Gold filter is up to 60% off. Find the filter that fits your needs and get to the moments that matter most. Coastal Auto Parts is owned and operated by a Maine family that cares.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Welcome back, everyone. Today is Tuesday, March 18th, 2025, and it is also Awkward Moments Day.
Well, we all have them.
Sure do.
Plenty of them, some more than others. This holiday is your chance to embrace those embarrassing or awkward moments from your past and laugh about them. Turns out humans have been awkward since the dawn of time. They include Isaac Newton, who incorrectly predicted the end of the world several times.
Awkward.
It's pretty awkward at the very least. There was also the time when President Roosevelt accidentally ran into Winston Churchill coming out of a bath naked.
Awkward.
That's pretty awkward.
Yeah.
We've all experienced those cringe-worthy moments that connect us and make us human. Any awkward moments?
Oh yeah, I have like a whole book of them over the years. I remember one time though, I was at Bangor High School and I was shooting a high school basketball game. Yeah. And you have to get down there on the court and everybody's kind of watching you and I'm shooting everything and I wanted to slip out of there, and instead of going out the exit, I walked right into the girls' bathroom, the little locker room there, and I went in there and I'm like, and I realized what I did. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no.
And so I poked my head out around the door to see if anybody noticed, and of course everybody in the stands was watching.
Some really bad rumors could be started
from
that one.
Oh, I know. They were all watching me. I was bright red and I walked out, but I have a long list of them. I just laugh at them though.
Yeah.
And, you know, it's easy to get to that point where you can just laugh at yourself. And
I have a long list of them too. And of course, I already told you the one that first came to mind. I was at a party a few years ago that had a live band and somebody goes, "Oh, they were great," after the band stops. And I go, "Oh, thank you." Because
you thought they were talking about you.
Yeah. And then I got red as well because I was like, "Oh, he knows how vain I am. Oh no, my secret's out."
This is a day to laugh at yourself. Don't take it too serious because everybody has those moments.
No.
And, you know,
and
they create good stories.
Like
too.
us doing this job right here, I've just gotten so used to it because it's like, oh yeah, that happens.
Yeah, so we have good days and bad days, and
they happen
sometimes very awkward, especially when you're doing live TV.
Right, which is okay. You move on.
Yeah. All right, time for history. It was on this day in history, back in 1852, Henry Wells and William Fargo began a shipping and banking company. The discovery of gold in California sparked a huge demand for cross-country shipping, and that company is now one of the world's largest banks. 1911, composer Irving Berlin copyrighted Alexander's Ragtime Band. That multi-million selling smash hit helped turn American pop music into an international phenomenon. You didn't think about pop music back then, but that was what was popular back then.
Yeah.
1925, nearly 700 people were killed when the tri-state tornado struck Missouri, Illinois, and Indiana. It remains the deadliest single tornado in U.S. history.
Wow.
And in 1931, Schick electric shavers became the first to go on sale in the U.S.
In 1942, President Franklin D. Roosevelt signed an executive order authorizing the forced internment of Japanese Americans during World War II. In 1963, the Supreme Court ruled that state courts were required to provide legal counsel to criminal defendants who could not afford to hire an attorney on their own. That's a really relevant thing in Maine right now. What's the word for it?
We have a lack of public defenders, and you know they're talking about letting people go free because they've been in jail too long without being represented.
I know. There's an issue between the state DA and the public defenders in Bangor right now because the state DA says, hey, you need to take on more cases, and the public defender says, hey, we can't get to these in an ethical way if we take on more.
Right.
So it's a real issue.
Tough situation. Part of our Miranda rights.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. All right, moving on now. In 1965, the Poppin' Fresh Pillsbury Doughboy was introduced to the public. Did I say that right? Oh, that's what his name is.
You know that guy?
Poppin'?
Yeah.
The Poppin'?
Yeah. We just know him as the Pillsbury Doughboy now.
Oh, right. Okay.
But it was Poppin' Fresh because you pop the can and whatever. But yeah, I just liked it. Yeah. That's my Pillsbury Doughboy impersonation.
Oh, there you go.
How awkward was
awkward
that?
Moment.
Yeah.
In 1987, Gerber's first survey for the most popular names for newborns were Jessica and Matthew. And in 1990, two thieves posing as police officers subdued security guards at the Isabella Stewart Gardner Museum of Art in Boston. They stole 13 works of art valued at over $500 million in the biggest art heist in history. I saw that in the news recently. They think they have a lead.
Very interesting. Today's birthdays include pop singer Adam Levine, who is 46 today. Actress Lily Collins is 36. She's the daughter of Phil Collins.
Right.
Yeah, a great actress too. And Queen Latifah turns
love
55
Queen Latifah.
years old today. I've always liked her too. She's very funny.
She's
Yeah.
funny, she's a great actress, and she
Yeah.
makes great music too.
Yeah.
I love her.
Happy birthday to them. Happy birthday to you, if it's your birthday also.
All right, moving on now. Looks like the sun's going to be out tomorrow.
Cloudy today, sunny tomorrow.
I'll take it. Here's Devin Biggs with the forecast.
And thank you very much, Craig and Emma. We've made it to Tuesday. Temperatures, not bad this morning. We started off in the 30s and 40s, at least for our morning lows so far. Some 20s as we head further off towards the north. We have a few advisories posted. A small crowd advisory extended until 8 p.m. this Wednesday evening along the coast. Still some active surf to watch out for. And some lone flood warnings up as well, as we've had a lot of rain recently. And in fact, speaking of precipitation, we've still had some rain passing through this morning. Notice a little bit of a transition to a little bit of a wintry mix or even some snow. Roadways may get a little bit slippery for a short while this morning, but as temperatures rise, things will begin to improve. Zooming things out, the rest of the system is over the ocean, so it's slowly tracking off to the east, but it will take its time to clear out of here, as we'll have clouds lingering throughout the daytime period today. And in fact, we will be clearing out of here later on tonight with a mostly clear sky. As for the winds, they may gust to around 25 miles per hour at times today, but notice they calm down tonight, and especially as we head towards tomorrow. Regarding today, we have upper 40s, mostly cloudy and breezy, and the north wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Your hourly forecast for the rest of the morning and afternoon period showing that mostly cloudy sky with temperatures in the 30s and 40s. Your full 5-day forecast is coming up. Craig and Emma.
And for the latest on what's happening in Hollywood,
here's ABC's Alex Stone.
They not like us. They not like us. They not like us.
Universal Music Group has now moved to dismiss a defamation lawsuit filed by Drake. The rapper had sued the label in January over its distribution of the Kendrick Lamar song Not Like Us, which Drake claims was an attempt to make a viral hit out of a rap track that falsely accuses Drake of being a pedophile and calls for violent retribution against him. In its motion to dismiss, UMG says Drake lost a rap battle and is suing simply to salve his wounds. Cowboy Carter is heading to Las Vegas, Beyoncé announcing she's adding a tour date in the city's Allegiant Stadium in July. This marks a 9th show Beyoncé has added to her tour. Live Nation says 94% of tickets for the Cowboy Carter tour are sold out. Def Leppard are set to go on a North American tour in the summer. The 20 shows are set to kick off in San Juan, Puerto Rico in May.
I've seen fire and I've seen rain.
The music of James Taylor is also getting ready to hit the stage, the theater stage, that is. The Grammy winner's discography will serve as a basis for a new musical called Fire and Rain after Taylor's hit song from 1970. Playwright Tracy Letts will write the original story. No word yet on when that show is set to open. Conan O'Brien has been announced as a host of next year's Academy Awards. The comedian hosted the Oscars for the first time earlier this month. And happy birthday to rapper, singer, and actress Queen Latifah. She's 55 today. I'm Alex Stone, ABC News.
that song that she was singing, great song.
Good tune.
U-N-I-T-Y. Awkward moment?
Could be. No, it's all good. It's all good. I heard that Def Leppard might be coming to Bangor this summer.
Yeah.
So I've always wanted to see them. So.
And James Taylor was here last summer.
Yeah.
Cool. Big names coming to Bangor.
Keep the good tunes rolling.
Right. All right, right after the break, Tyler Cruz has our sports updates.
Don't go away.
I had a slip and fall accident. I wasn't sure what to do. Joe Bornstein's office handled everything. The experience was much better than what I expected. They were very professional and responsive to all my questions and concerns. I highly recommend the law offices of Joe Bornstein. Over 25,000 victories for injured Mainers just like me. If you've been injured in an accident, call Joe. It's that easy. Tell him you mean business.
Call Joe today for a free case evaluation. There's never a fee unless you win.
There are so many fun things to do in Maine. Now you can enjoy more for less. Check out Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
Bangor Brewer bowling lanes on Wilson Street in Brewer, featuring 24 lanes of candlepin bowling and a big arcade room where kids can win great prizes. Glow bowling on Saturday nights from 7 until closing. Bring your entire family. A fun entertainment for all ages.
There's a limited supply available. It's on sale right now. Save with Half Off Fun from foxbangor.com.
When it comes to your home, go to the source. Go to R&B's Home Source in Madison. R&B's Home Source has home comfort, convenience, and savings all wrapped up in one location. From the living room to the dining room to the bedroom, we have some of the best values in furniture and bedding. For the kitchen, R&B's Home Source has top-notch appliances from fridges to ranges, even washers and dryers. And sit back and relax with quality electronics. We service everything we sell too. For your home, go to the source. R&B's Home Source, Lakewood Road, Madison.
Hey, good morning, America.
Good morning, America. Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Good morning, America.
Every day of your life.
Welcome back in, everyone. Thank you for staying with us. Let's start with some hockey here. For the second straight year, Maine men's hockey hosting a Hockey East quarterfinal game. And for the second straight year, it's the Black Bears taking care of business in dominant fashion. After a scoreless first period, Maine exploded on offense. 7 different Black Bears found the back of the net in their 7-1 win over Hockey East 6th seed UMass Lowell. One of the goal scorers was Maine captain and graduate forward Lyndon Breen. Breen missed a good chunk of the season to a lower leg injury. He returned to the lineup in late February, and right here you're going to see his first goal since a hat trick in the game he got injured in back in November. Also, the goal coming in his last game at Alfond Arena, and that just added that much more motivation.
A lot of work for us to get to this point, and, you know, our message is, whether it's playoffs or not, this is the last game here for the group together as a whole, and, you know, we weren't going to let them get a sniff all night, and, you know, to play a team like us that doesn't give up no matter the score, it's, you know, it's a long night for our team. That's what we plan on building next weekend.
After a slow second half of the season offensively, Maine has really picked it up as of late. For the second straight week, they were voted the 4th in the country in the USCHO poll and ranked 3rd in the pairwise. The 7 goal scorers on Saturday is just a testament to the depth they have from top to the bottom of the roster.
Again, that's our depth and that's our culture. I mean, we got guys every night that are in and out that are scoring goals even when they're in and out. You know, that's really big for us, and that's our culture.
Yeah, I mean, that's the strength of our team is our depth, and had a lot of guys. I thought everyone showed up tonight.
The Black Bears take on Northeastern on Thursday night at 7:30 in Boston. The winner plays for a Hockey East championship, and also a big congratulations to head coach Ben Barr. He was named a Hockey East Coach of the Year finalist earlier on Monday. Moving on to some other news now. For the second time in 2 years, Husson University is beginning a nationwide search for their next director of athletics. After taking the job in 2023, athletic director John Sutyak is moving on for a position at the University of Southern Maine. Since Sutyak was hired, the Eagles teams have won 11 conference championships and 8 regular season championships. They've also qualified for 7 NCAA tournaments and hosted a regional for softball last spring. Sutyak will remain in his current role through May 10th. In a statement sent out on Monday, Husson University President Lynn Koyogan writes that Sutyak has worked tirelessly for Husson since his arrival. He's been instrumental in developing their partnership with the Nexus Licensing Group and starting the chapter of the Chi Alpha Sigma Student Athlete Honor Society, closing by wishing him the best. In his own statement, Sutyak writes that the decision to leave is one of the hardest of his professional career, that he and his family have received love and support from students, staff, and faculty at Husson, and closes by saying the experiences he's had watching Husson student athletes thrive has been phenomenal. Staying with college athletics now, Sunday night was Selection Sunday for both men's and women's college basketball. For UMaine, the Black Bears men's squad coming up just 1 game shy of the big dance for the first time ever. It was a great season for Maine. Looking in the rear view, the Black Bears finished with their best record since 2010 and their highest conference seeding since then, too. Taking 3rd in the America East, they then won their first playoff game in 20 years and booked their first trip to the conference championship and over that with a win over Vermont in their semis. Their first over Vermont in 30 games, so a lot to look forward to next year for the Maine men. All right, let's go to the baseball diamond now. Whether or not it looks like it or feels like it, baseball season is upon us. On Tuesday morning, the first pitch of the MLB season will be thrown in the Tokyo Series, and our Red Sox are just over a week away from their opening day. The Red Sox getting closer and closer to the 2025 campaign. This weekend, Rafael Devers making his spring debut. He played again on Monday, doubling home an RBI earlier in the day. The pitching has been great, too. Garrett Crochet, arguably the best acquisition for the Red Sox this offseason. The starter has thrown just 10 1/3 innings over his four spring training starts, but has recorded 21 of those 31 outs via strikeout. He was named the Sox opening day starter for next Thursday in Texas.
It's cool, yeah. Obviously I did it last year, but this year definitely really had to earn it. Some really good arms on the staff, but I'm excited. Not to downplay it, but it's just another start. It's just a matter of when my first one was going to be. Happens to be opening day, and I'm really excited about that. And, I hope to, shoulder all the responsibilities that come with it with pride and, just lead this team.
Certainly looking forward to that. That is all the time we have for sports. We'll be right back.
Your favorite restaurants were half off. It's half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7. Go to foxbangor.com, click on half off dining, and start saving now.
The Legacy Sandwich, where you can find quality homemade sandwiches that are made to order. When it comes to food, we take it seriously. That's why we serve shredded chicken and turkey on our sandwiches. Voted Bangor's best deli sandwich shop. It's not just a sandwich, it's a legacy.
Great restaurants from all over Eastern Maine at half off dining from Fox 22 and ABC 7.
Any job goes more smoothly and successfully with the right people on your team, like the people at Hammond Lumber Company, where you'll find high-quality building materials from industry-leading suppliers and get expert advice and professional services. Hammond offers timely delivery with their own fleet of trucks, with boom and forklift trucks available. For your next project, get the materials and services you need to succeed from Hammond Lumber Company, your building project partner.
Treat yourself to rich Ghirardelli chocolate and luscious caramel. Experience Ghirardelli caramel squares in a bag and a bar. Makes life a bite better.
You know what today is? It's Tuesday. But no matter what day of the week, Lowry & Associates is your go-to law firm. If you've been hurt, call us right now.
If you're hurt in an accident, what do you do? Call 222-2222.
Now here's meteorologist Evan Biggs with our 5-day forecast.
Alrighty, Craig and Emma, thank you very much. Happy Tuesday. We have a flood warning up across the western parts of the state. We've had some rainfall recently, which has rivers up. A small craft advisory also up until 8 p.m. Wednesday, so it has been extended because of some active surf that we are dealing with. And check this out, at around 4 to 6 feet according to the buoys. Notice up to 12 feet further down toward the south. Anywhere you see green indicates some higher surf. But meanwhile, on land, we've had precipitation passing through, mainly as rain, but notice some cold air has been intruding, so a little bit of a wintry mix or even a little bit of snow greeting us this morning as it tracks off to the east slowly. We'll get the precipitation out of here, but it may take a bit for the clouds to get out of here as well with the system tracking off to the east. A little bit of energy up in Canada, but that will be leaving us alone overall. Futurecast moving forward. Again, the precipitation getting out of here. We'll be under a mostly cloudy sky for most of today. We will start to clear out of here later on tonight. We will be mostly clear, maybe a little bit of fog farther off towards the north. As we head towards your Wednesday, maybe a few passing clouds, but otherwise a lot of sunshine on the way. And then by Wednesday night, again, a few passing clouds, and it looks like some fog moving in for us as well as we head towards early Thursday morning. Now we have another system to watch out for moving forward. Here we are Thursday night and a Friday morning with some rain showers that will be on the way. We'll have a little bit more rain on the way as we head towards Friday afternoon as well. Notice some colder air movement in, so a little bit of snow will mix in as we head towards Friday night and especially in the parts of early Saturday morning. But notice throughout Saturday morning, we will get this all out of here. Gusty winds today could reach up to about 25 miles per hour at times. Winds calm down later on tonight and looking pretty good as we head towards tomorrow as well. Finally, a little bit of a reprieve from the wind, at least until Wednesday afternoon, maybe a quick gust up to 15 miles per hour, and that's about it. For today, upper 40s, mostly cloudy and breezy, and that north wind getting up to around 25 miles per hour. Tonight, mid-20s under a mostly clear sky, and that north breeze at around 5 miles per hour. Tomorrow, upper 50s, mostly sunny and warmer out there, and that east breeze at around 5 miles per hour. Alrighty, let's check out your extended forecast. Thursday, the first day of spring, mostly cloudy, highs in the low 50s. Rain and snow opportunities Friday with highs in the mid 40s. Lower 50s for you Saturday under a partly cloudy sky.
Ugh, when is my allergy spray gonna kick in?
You need Astapro.
Astapro?
It's faster, bro. 8 times faster than Flonase. It's faster, bro.
It's faster, bro! It's faster, bro. It's mom to you.
Astapro starts working in 30 minutes. Astapro and go.
Your local financial partner has a new name, the County Federal Credit Union. And we're inspired by the people we serve, the big dreamers and smart planners, the risk takers and trailblazers. As a lifelong partner offering powerful tools and personal service, we were built for our members. Start a financial relationship that's driven by community and inspired by you. Visit countyfcu.org.
Chevy makes affordable vehicles that help you enjoy life. Get more for less in the Chevy Trax. Maximize every mile in the all-electric Equinox. And power through with the capable Colorado. Enjoy endless possibilities and your new Chevy. Get the versatile 2025 Trax, starting at $21,795. Visit your Maine Chevy dealers.
The Maine Science Festival has been showcasing the incredible science happening in Maine for 10 years. From the depths of the oceans to the vastness of space, the Maine Science Festival is the best place for people of all ages to learn about how Maine scientists are leading the way. With 5 days of forums, workshops, and hands-on fun, there's truly something for everyone. And thanks to our sponsors, admission is free. The Maine Science Festival. Learn more at mainsciencefestival.org.
Being a cop is stressful, and every case is different. How did you get here before me?
Look, smarter, not harder. New The Rookie, tonight on ABC and stream on Hulu.
A concert by the rock band Journey is canceled mid-show when the stage goes dark. It happened Friday when the band was performing at the Houston Rodeo at the NRG Stadium. Journey were just 5 songs into their set, performing arguably their best-known song, Don't Stop Believin', when the stage went dark. The audience kept singing, but eventually stopped when they realized the a cappella sing-along wasn't planned. The stadium was evacuated. Houston Rodeo later put out a statement that the show was canceled because of a, quote, unforeseen electrical incident under the stage. And are we going to see it go dark? Is it going to go dark?
It looks like
Can we
they
fast
lost
forward?
power up there somewhere.
I don't know. They lost it at some point.
Then you had to find your way out among all those thousands of people.
Not gonna lie, that would really scare me. That would really stress me out. In this day and age where we have to be concerned about certain events and having to like find your way out with that many people, I don't really trust people that much either.
Yeah.
But it's
hopefully they had some emergency lights kick in or something. But
it seems like they had a good emergency protocol.
Yeah.
Yeah, because
what a bummer though.
I
Went to see
know.
Journey and
I know.
it happened. It happened in Bangor several years ago. Band had to stop because of lightning. Only a few songs in. What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do?
Well, an awkward moment.
Yeah. Looks like we are out of time though, and there's baseball game coming up next, so no Fox 22.
Have a great day, folks.
Roto-Rooter has served the greater Bangor area and beyond for 35 years, offering plumbing, hydrojetting, snaking, descaling, video inspection, and grease interceptor cleaning services. For all your residential and commercial clogs, call Roto-Rooter today, 990-1234.
And away go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
It's markdown mania at the Furniture Gallery, and the deals are madness. Relax in this cozy recliner. Choose tan, gray, or brown for only $298. Grab a sofa chaise for just $598. Upgrade your living room with a sofa and love seat set, now just $798. Scott Living mattresses are now priced king size for a queen price. Plus, save up to 70% on in-stock clearance items. Hurry into the Furniture Gallery, shop our main family-owned business, and save money. The Furniture Gallery.
Hi everyone, Troy Pearl here. For a decade, Renewal by Andersen has been so much more than just a window and door replacement company. We've been your neighbors, your partners, your friends, growing together in a community we all proudly call home. From campuses to concerts, we've enjoyed entertainment together, celebrated life's milestones, and enhanced homes and lives. We couldn't have done it without the incredible support of our suppliers, providing us with top-notch products, and a special shout-out to our dedicated employees. You are the heart and soul of Renewal by Andersen. Your hard work, passion, and commitment to excellence inspires us every day. As we celebrate our 10th anniversary, we're overflowing with gratitude. Our journey has been fueled by a commitment to giving back through charitable organizations that uplift our community, reminding us that every window we replace isn't just about homes. It's about creating a better future for all. Thank you, everyone who has made 10 years possible. Here's to many more.
The better way to a better window. Renewal by Andersen.
You're watching ABC 7 Bangor.
Good morning, America. The ceasefire in the Middle East shattered, millions on alert for fire weather, and Robin is live in Miami. Breaking overnight, Israel resumes airstrikes in Gaza. Hundreds reported killed across the Strip, hundreds more injured. The reaction this morning.
Extreme fire danger. 20 million Americans on alert as a new winter storm unleashes a blizzard in the heartland after the deadly tornado outbreak. Ginger is tracking it all.
Deportation battle. A federal judge hauling the Trump administration back to a courtroom after they appeared to ignore a directive by sending hundreds of Venezuelans to a prison in El Salvador. Plus, President Trump set to talk to Vladimir Putin.
Breaking overnight, homeward bound. Astronauts Suni Williams and Butch Wilmore leave the space station after 9 months, when they'll finally splash down on Earth.
Spring break mystery. Lawyers for the man questioned in the disappearance of an American college student in the Dominican Republic demanding he be set free.